Good morning, everyone. This is Spiritual Teacher for You here with a collective reading that I was feeling on this Tuesday morning. I don't know what's coming through. I don't have a theme. I don't have a question. This is just whatever spirit is wanting to come through at this time. So we shall see what those messages are for today. Okay, let's see what we got here. I'm going to pull 3 cards is what I'm being told to do. And then we shall see what it is going to say. Okay, starting off nicely. And then one more spirit. Okay, thank you. The energy feels a little clumsy right there. Okay, so that's interesting how we have this. It kind of reminds me of the past, present, future spread a little bit, only because of the iconic 3 cards. And I'm feeling like the present is kind of uncertain right now. So let's look at this. We've got the sun, and that's just an energy of joy and kid-like wonder and just that pure innocent happiness that you have as a child, and you look at the world as colorful and you're as a thing to use your imagination in, and full of positive energy, and this is like your truest happiest self here. This is before society got to you. This is before your parents instilled their trauma into you. This is before you were bullied or something happened to you as a kid. This was before you were corrupted or your innocence was stolen or something to that effect. This is you as you came into this world fully connected to spirit. So this is coming in strongly to me to say that there was a time when you were happy before anything ever happened to you. There was a time. And if you feel like I feel like some of you feel like your childhood was stolen, so you never got a chance to be a kid. So you don't even know that feeling of being a kid, of truly enjoying your childhood with an innocence and with that unbridled confidence, that a kid has. They'll go up to a stranger and say anything that's on their mind. And, as people react to kids, they're building up their um, beliefs about people in life based on, reactions from adults and the things that they experience. And so, as we go through life, we just, as we experience things through life, and then we build up this idea of what life is based on what we've been through, instead of knowing that we can control what happens in our life, instead of knowing that we have all the power to be able to manifest what we need in our life, to bring into our life those desires. Because as you pack on all this armor to protect yourself against having any more trauma happen to you, you lose that happiness and that joy and that trust that you can just move through life with a good imagination and a positive attitude. Not many people will agree that you can move through life like that, but I think we can, actually, because as a kid, you don't realize that the universe supports you. The universe is supporting you all along, not just now as you're an adult. It has been there all along. You may not have had an understanding about it, but now you have an understanding, and you should understand that the universe has been supporting you. So why can't we believe that we can go back to this naive, innocent, pure joy, creative imagination, truest form of ourselves, just going after what we want, just doing what we want, and not afraid of failure, not afraid of what people are going to think, speaking our mind, speaking our truth. Of course, as adults, we have learned how to have some couth. You don't want to be that rude kid that asks the question that's on their mind, doesn't realize it probably offended the person. As a teacher, I experienced a lot of that. So I'm just saying, we've I think we've dulled who we really are to fit a standard that society has placed on us that we should mold into. Everyone wants to be perfect. What is perfect? There's no, even the standard is not perfect. There's no even meeting that standard. Y'all, this is a big message, so somebody needed to hear this. Okay, let's see what the middle one. The Lover's Reverse. That is so interesting. So, and that's exactly why I waited to turn it over, because now this is a new story. This is a new. Okay, this is really calling out to me here. See, when it's turned upright, there's like this mountain between the lovers here, right? When it's reversed, it looks like the valley in a mountain. So I feel like at this point in your life, you're almost like in this valley where you can't see behind you, you can't see in front of you, and you're just having to trust where you are in life right now, and it can be very frustrating. The sky, that would be the sky if this, this looks like a red sky, almost like anger, and in this red cloth is kind of coming over to this red sky. So there's some like anger and frustration right now that I'm sensing from you, maybe in your relationship with whoever's on your mind. When I say that, I feel this misalignment or this disharmony. Like, I feel like one of you is very connected and one of you is not. One of you feels the connection between you, and the other one's not giving you the commitment that you're willing to want to give them, is what I'm sensing. Like, one of you's not as committed. I see you almost like hanging on. Yeah, this valley, like you're on one side of the mountain and this person's on the other side. So it's almost like it's like you can't, like you're both going through, you're both trying to climb the mountain right now, and to be able to see ahead is what I'm feeling. So it's almost like you both are in this same place of healing, but it's not aligning to y'all being together, if that makes sense. So this is the number 6. So you may be seeing 6 around you a lot, or something that equals 6, like numbers that the sum of those numbers equals 6. Six is about harmony and love and stability and nourishment. And so, with this being reversed, you are not feeling stable at all right now, is what I'm feeling. You are not, you want to love, but aren't able to love the way that you want to love. And I'm sensing you refuse to love someone. I feel like, yeah, you refuse to love someone who cannot return the love to you that you feel like you deserve at this time. So yes, you've grown. You've definitely grown. You realize what you want at this point. Okay. All right. There is a time of having to kind of weigh your options, and you do need to, I almost see like a pros and cons. So what I find interesting is that these two wands, he's holding one up here and it's short. And then this one is long. But even if you put this one down on the ground, it still would be shorter than this one. So there is a choice that I feel like will be for your highest path. And then there's a choice that will just prolong you getting to your highest path. Your highest path is inevitable, but I see that one choice will get you there quicker, whereas the other choice will take you longer, which is fine. That's okay. And there's no shortcuts here. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that one of the choices will be based more on fear or fear of missing out, basically, or the fear of the unknown. And the other choice will be a bold choice. But it will be necessary for you to make that choice with confidence and remain confident in your choice, is what I'm feeling. Not having buyer's remorse, when you choose something and then you're like, oh no, I think I made a mistake. No, you didn't. I promise you, you didn't. Okay. You just have to breathe, sit in that space of having made your choice, knowing it was the right one, and feel confident that whatever happens next is supposed to happen, whether you see that as good or bad. Also, while I'm giving this reading, my cheek has been resting on my face this whole time. My hand has been resting on my cheek this whole time. And so I feel like somebody here is almost like bored with something or propped up on something as they're hearing this reading, or that's something you do a lot. I also have this crazy womp womp feeling in my head. So I don't know if someone is dealing with ear issues, or maybe spirit's trying to communicate with me and I'm being thick-headed. I don't know. But let's get more here. Since the lovers are out, why not get our love and romance cards, shall we? And then after that, actually, you know what? Let me listen to my gut. They're wanting me to get my healing cards out. Also, I'm dealing with a stiff neck at this time. It's very hard to turn to my left. So some of you may have a stiff neck at this time, or maybe your throat chakra is off balance. Could be your throat and heart are not balancing out. There's something on your heart that you're not saying. So that could be something. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so with the cycles of change coming out, whenever I see her, she reminds me of Mother Mary, in the Mary. Joseph and Mary, Jesus's mom, Mary. So, and I've always viewed Mary as, gosh, it'd be so cool to really dive into her. Imagine getting pregnant, according to, the stories, getting pregnant, immaculate conception, and having to, first of all, being confused completely, like, what? How? And secondly, convincing, I don't know. It just seems like a crazy time. The story around Jesus' conception and birth and all that is so interesting to me. So that's crazy that that came out. Maybe some of you are questioning your beliefs in Christianity or just your beliefs overall, or you want to know more. I feel this need to want to know more and really like dive in and get the truth of everything. That was just a message that came through. This card has nothing to do with that, I don't think. But this is about being open to messages and change and going with the flow. I don't know if any of you have heard of Bashar. He is a channeled entity, I think, from, I don't know. It's a guy who is bald, is probably his prominent feature. He sits in a chair, from what I've seen, and he channels this being that gives divinely guided messages, and they're very. It reminds me of, Abraham, Jerry and Esther Hicks, and Abraham Hicks. It reminds me of that. It's just another entity that is being channeled to help the people of Earth elevate and grow and be more connected to their authentic selves while living this human experience. We're here to live this human experience. That's what we're here for. And so everything you experience is you experiencing it as your soul trying to experience this life through you, and the lessons that you're here to learn. Not the lessons, but the experiences that you're here to go through in order to have that experience, to be able to learn and grow from it and evolve. And when you can't fully know something until you go through it, right? So you're going through everything you're going through to get the necessary wisdom and knowledge and experience that you need in order to fulfill your highest purpose. So that was a message I wasn't expecting to come through. So some of you might be wondering what your highest purpose is. And something you may be wondering too is, what's the point? The point is to experience what you're experiencing. That's the point. I know that may not be the answer you want or looking for, but that is it. You are meant to be experiencing what you're experiencing right now. Okay? Yeah. Something, I got a new book from Barnes and Noble, and it really, like, my husband and I went together, and I was like, I'm going to this section. And it was the section with all the tarot cards and everything. And then I was like, I don't think I need another tarot card set. That's not what I'm here for, I can tell. Because I looked at them and none of them were calling to me. But then I saw this book, and it was just so beautiful, beaming. And so the artist is just, they put out their artistry, their paintings. I guess these are paintings. And then it has a message with it. And what I've been doing is meditating and pulling tarot cards with every page I feel drawn to, or pulling my oracle cards, and I've been getting messages. I've been open to getting new messages in that regard, because, and something that it said was that your heart and your mind need to line up with something in order to create balance. So when you're experiencing something, ask your heart what it feels about it and be honest. You have to be honest for this to work. Do I enjoy what's happening? Does this feel right to me? Does this make me feel good? Do I agree with this? What is my stance on this? And then focus to where your mind is and ask your mind, okay, now what is the actual, what's happening here? Like, what's really going on? Let's be logical about this. Okay, so for example, um, let's just do Halloween. I don't know what to wear. And then, let's see, you find an outfit at the store and it's one that you wouldn't normally go for, but you're drawn to it. So you ask your heart, okay, how do you feel about this costume? It's so cool. I love it. I think it's really neat. And then your mind goes, yeah, but you've never worn this costume before, and it's not one that you would normally wear, and people might judge you for it. And your heart's like, yeah, but we really love it, and as long as we're happy, then we'll be okay. And your mind's like, okay, well, do you think you can ignore, if people are looking at you funny or if somebody makes a comment? Yeah, let's have, kind of go back and forth like that until you almost come up with a compromise, like, okay, well, I'm going to wear it. And if I get uncomfortable, I'll bring another change of clothes. Okay. But I think that I will be good because I really like this costume and I feel very drawn to it. And I think as long as I wear it with confidence, then it'll be okay. And so, yeah, if I do get uncomfortable, I'll bring something else, a change of clothes. There. That's the conversation you have between your heart and your mind, because one can't have everything. Your mind is so logical, or it'll make you think things that aren't true, or it'll make you fear things, because that's what our bodies are wired to do, is to fear is our mind's way of protecting us, right? But our heart usually is the opposite, saying, go for it. So you have to come to a compromise with your mind, heart, and your spirit. So it's this triangle of mind, body, spirit balance. Okay. Usually your heart will match your spirit most of the time, but things happen to us to where we guard our hearts, and so that's when it gets out of balance. Okay, all right, let's keep going. That was a big message. Accomplishment and spiritual surgery. So accomplishment, the green is really calling to me here. The camera doesn't pick up exactly the green that I'm seeing. It's like this dark, mossy, earthy green. It's very earthy. So some of you might be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, as you're seeing this. I also see water sign here for some reason, but probably the blue. So that's Cancer, Pisces. Spices. Oh, we got some spicy Pisces up in here. And Scorpio. So that might be for you. But with this accomplishment, this is a reminder to be proud of how far you've come. There's that mountain symbolism again. So some of you may need to take a trip. There's more mountains here too. Some of you may need to take a trip to the mountains, maybe take a drive through the mountains, something about the mountain area. I'm also getting North Carolina because of what happened recently. So maybe if you feel drawn to maybe donate some more to those efforts to give those people relief that lost their homes and lots of other things, then this is a reminder to do that. I think this is spirit saying, yeah, you should be acting on what you're pulled to. So, but also I'm getting the mountains as what symbolism mountains are. We see a mountain as this huge, majestic, natural form that's on earth, depending on where you're at. I've seen mountains, I live in the Blue Ridge Mountains. So Blue Ridge Mountains are much rounded out and shorter and not as like big as some of the other mountains in like the Rocky Mountain area out towards the West Coast. And I've seen those mountains as well. So it depending on where you are, it's like holy moly, these things are huge. um, and it's like no matter where you're at, that's why that came through. Why am I comparing mountain ranges? That's the message. Stop comparing mountain ranges. Stop comparing yourself to others. Like you, where you are at, even if it's, not as peaky and not as huge, you have accomplished what you are supposed to have accomplished at this point of your life. Be proud of what you've accomplished. The Blue Ridge Mountains are just as magical as the Rocky Mountains, and just in a different way. And that's kind of accept where you're at, who you are, accept what mountain you are. It may be a great time to retreat and catch. Yeah, somebody needs to take a trip to the mountains. If that has been calling to you, this is your sign to, yes, do it. Go to the mountains. There's something else with mountains. Let me check something real quick. Okay. So a mountain symbolizes stillness, strength, and power, personal growth, and triumph over adversity. That's the one I was looking for. Like you almost look as a mountain as an obstacle, something you have to get over. And that's why the mountains are right here, because I'm feeling like you feel like you've got to get over something before, or maybe that's the message from Spirit, is that you have to get over this mountain that's in your life. And so, well, you feel that way, but Spirit is saying this is a time for stillness. This is a time to stand strong in your power, in your authentic self. That's the mountain that you have in front of you. Not an obstacle to get over, but something to stand strong in. This is something to be confident in the decision that you make for yourself. This is something that you have to have confidence in and defend it and stand your ground. Okay? And then we have spiritual surgery. So this is basically giving yourself, as we sleep, we heal. And that's something people, I don't think, quite understand, that sleep is one of the best ways to heal. Because as you sleep, your body goes into a state of regeneration. And so what else do you think comes in to help you regenerate? Your spirit. So give yourself the chance to really rest so that they can come in and do their work. Spirit will do all of the work. There's nothing you need to do except for give yourself the space to sleep and heal. Okay. This is also a card to say, ask for help if you need it. Don't be too stubborn to ask for help. Okay, I just got this really nauseous feeling in my stomach. So I don't know if someone needs to focus on their stomach area to heal while they're sleeping. But also this is like the sacral, or is that solar plexus? This is more like solar plexus where I'm feeling. So this is where your strength and courage and willpower and how you feel about yourself come from. So some of you are feeling a little not that way towards yourself. So you may be experiencing, some digestive issues, or just tired all the time, feeling powerless. Whew, it is strong. It is strong. What is happening? So some of you just need to sit in your strength and feel good about it. Really work on that solar plexus chakra. And then it also feels like it goes down into the sacral. So This could be if it's depleted, you might feel obsessive or really attached or overly sensitive right now, towards something, maybe this relationship that has come through. Okay. Let's pull out my love and romance cards to see where this reverse lovers situation is, or the energy around that. Now I'm feeling a lot of sensations in my third eye area. So someone might be trying to come through. I don't know. Let me see. I'm hearing a J name. Or J is in the name, probably the first letter. Adam's apple? That's weird. Illusions. Be aware of love's illusions. See reality clearly. This is one of those times I was talking about where your mind, body, and spirit need to balance out, and then those illusions might not be so strong. Okay. This connection is based on friendship and may never develop into romance. So that could be the reason it's reversed, because one of you want it to go further, and one of you does not. Although there is a chance, there's still a chance it could develop into romance. It's just that one of you's gonna have to be, I guess, bold in their decision making. Kind of feels like it goes with that decision card. Okay, anything else? Okay. Romantic surprises are on the horizon. Be open to them. Okay. All right, well, I can't have half the deck falling out, so let's put those back. And let's knock some of that energy out. Okay. I feel like I want to go deeper into this lover's reverse, and this it may just be a friendship. So I will be doing an extended on my Patreon about this relationship, this reversed lovers. I'm just writing it down so I don't forget. All right, so let's see. Anything else wants to come out about the collective's energy towards this reversed lovers for now? Okay, long distance. So I am sensing with that what's confusing you, oh yeah, this is a big message coming through. What's confusing you, I'm sensing that you feel the connection to this romantic love of someone, but there's someone in your life right now that is in your life. I just saw 3322, so I feel like that was an affirmation for me to say what I'm getting. There's someone in your life that may only be a friend, that has potential to be more, but since you feel the energy of this love, this is like a deep love. Love knows no distance. It transcends time and space. That's because this is a very high level soulmate love right here. And I'm sensing that this is closing in on you as you grow and evolve. But because there's this other person in your life right now, you're confusing the energy of this very high level soulmate love with the love that you're currently feeling towards this person in your life. I hope that makes sense. So I do see love definitely coming in, a very a very connected love. Like it's It's very high level here. Okay, true love. See? A deep and enduring connection going beyond superficial attraction. This is true love that 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 you're feeling, because this deep true love is in your it's in your field, it's in the air. I don't know how else to say it, but you're confusing that feeling with this friendship that's currently in your life. So it can be a very confusing time for you. I totally get it. Okay, so let's end on some animal cards here, and then we will go over to the extended on my Patreon, which I will have in the link. I will have the link in the description below this video here on YouTube. And the Patreon will go more into this reverse lovers situation here. Okay. The whale comes through with communication. You are encouraged to communicate clearly from your heart. Bridge any gaps that are keeping you from connecting deeper with your loved ones. It is important to speak your truth with emotion, vulnerability, and power. And that is the energy I feel in this decision right here. That when you make this decision to speak your truth with emotion, vulnerability, and power, it is time to speak your whole truth. And that may be the decision I see you making, or this card is encouraging, is the decision to speak your whole truth or not to speak your whole truth. The decision to not speak your whole truth is a decision. And one will get you on your highest path, and one will just prolong it. So it depends on if you feel ready or not at this time. Okay. So I think that is a very good place to stop, honestly. I did think the bat wanted to come out. You must pay attention to the signs around you. The transition may seem frightening at first, but you must let go of old habits and patterns that no longer serve your higher calling. They would only hinder your growth. So, yes, this is affirmation to me that be aware of love's illusions. The illusion is that this friendship is more than friends. It could be. It could be. I'm not saying it's not, but the cards are indicating, Spirit's indicating that this is a friendship. But it's a very deep, connected friendship. But because you're feeling the love from this true love, you're putting illusions of love on this friendship that may not be there. Okay. All right. So it's time to communicate is also the big message, and we'll end there. And I hope you will, if it feels right to you, to join me on Patreon to get more into this relationship and see what's going on there. And if not, then you just have to trust that you got the message you needed from this reading. But I hope to see you there, and you guys, much love and light to you.